a Baptist minister's daughter, and even though I grew up going to church 3 times a week, I had never heard of the church calendar until I was in college. I didn't know that across denominations and traditions around the world and throughout history, and even still, the church uses this calendar, which you might have heard called the Christian calendar or the liturgical calendar. And it's used to help guide them through the whole body of Scripture in worship and in personal devotional practices. And after years of bouncing between devotional books and sermon series, I felt like I had unearthed a great treasure and wanted to dive in. I thought maybe if I could use the cycle of seasons and holy days in my own personal life, it might mean more to me on Sundays and give me new eyes for Scripture. But it was really hard to figure out how it worked, much less how to work it into my life. And I tried everything, following straight from the Book of Common Prayer, Googling endlessly, and compiling into spreadsheets, which is not my strong suit. And I found that cobbling everything together was just way too confusing and way too time consuming to do every day. And even then, it required carrying around a bag full of books or toggling between apps, which didn't feel peaceful or sustainable. That matters if you're looking for practices that will bring you peace and sustain you, right? I thought a daily planner was an obvious solution to bring it all together. So after 10 years of waiting for somebody else to create that obvious solution, I decided to create it myself. And I've been working on it for the last 18 months with a whole team of collaborators, most especially my right-hand woman and graphic designer. Our planner is called Sacred Ordinary Days because that's what we hope you cultivate with it, your own unique sacred ordinary days. And because even good rhythms change over time, there are prompts to envision, embody, reflect, and reset on a yearly, seasonal, and weekly basis to help you continue to cultivate that which is most life-giving in 6 major areas of your life: mind, body, spirit, relationships, home, and work. So now, after months of sharing samples and incorporating feedback from our beta testers, our first printed planner is ready! And it will be a 13-month edition, beginning with Advent 2015, which starts on November 29th and goes through the end of December 2016. We designed this whole planner very intentionally to be easy to use, an elegantly simple solution. The Smythe sewn binding allows pages to open flat. The scratch-proof and really velvety smooth hardcover makes it a durable and faithful companion for the long haul, so that you can go from desk to bag and back again. We made this planner for you if you know nothing about the liturgical calendar or the lectionary, but you'd really like to read Scripture and pray alongside Christians throughout history and throughout the world, to be drawn into a tradition much larger than yourself. We made it for you if you're vaguely familiar and you know the lectionary and the liturgical calendar has something to do with Scripture and Jesus' life, but you want something thoughtful to help you really learn it. We also made it for you if you use these tools and texts weekly or even daily for your own practices, to teach and preach, and maybe you're even raising your kids with them. Inside, you'll find a liturgical wheel calendar, art and meditations for each season, and some new language and voices to add to your ongoing conversation, making it richer and deeper than before. In order to make buying this planner doable and not ridiculously expensive, we need to place a minimum order of 500 planners, and that's why we need your help. The way it works is that if this is a project that you would like to see come to life, that you want to hold in your hands and let these texts and tools and rhythms and practices reshape your heart and mind, we need to reach our minimum funding goal. So we need you to share it with 5 people in your life, specifically who want a fresh sense of purpose and joy in their days. Download your own free sample month at sacredordinarydays.com. And then once you're convinced, buy one and share it with the people who you know would appreciate it. With the exception of my relationships, this planner is the thing that I am most proud of creating. And that's because I believe it has the power to help the church actually be the church, to help us be about the work of building the kingdom. It has the power to help you cultivate days that are more peaceful, more purposeful, and more full of presence. So join our tribe and get started creating your very own sacred ordinary days.